Yeah, very handsome. These copper lines, when you're trying to bend them, it's really easy to crimp them. I got a secret weapon I'm going to show you. Hey, good morning. I'm Tony, and this is Tony's Tractor Adventure. And if you are following our container shop build, today we're going to install the cheapest mini split that I could find on Amazon, and we'll see how it does. This unit, as of time of filming, was $459. It's a 9,000 BTU mini split, and it's made by Arctic Star. I did look at the reviews, and it had freaking exceptional reviews, so we'll see how it goes. We put up plenty of these up in the past. This is not my first time, so I'll draw back on my previous installations and kind of compare this unit to more high dollar units. A few things that I did buy, because this is a shipping container and possibly can move, we're going to use brackets to mount the outside unit on the wall, so that if we do decide to move it, the air conditioner will just go along with it. This ain't like, I guess it is an unboxing because I'm unboxing it, so, but I'm not really meaning to do like an official unboxing on this, but you guys can see what comes with it. Most of the mini splits, when you buy them, they come with basically everything that you need to install them. And I'm wondering if, because this one is so inexpensive, is that the reason why it's so inexpensive? You know, that we end up might have to have, you know, something else. All right, yeah, hopefully not, because we're about 12-13 miles away from town. All right, right off the bat, I love this. Some of them don't do this. Some of them come with a piece of paper, and I really dislike that piece of paper thing, because it's hard to, you know, put on the wall. This is, having the cardboard is nice. So down this wall of the shipping container, on the, as we're looking at it, this is going to be the aisle that we work at, and then the other side is going to be like toolboxes all the way down that side, and like drill press, all that good stuff. So I want this kind of like right here. I think it's going to be the key. Now the problem is, if you're doing it in a shipping container, it's an additional thing you have to think about. This is corrugated, so it goes in, out, and we got to drill a 2 1/4 inch hole. So that's the size hole we have to drill. But we're going to have to drill that 2.5 inch hole through the metal shipping container on the outside, and that's going to dictate left or right where we put this thing. And the simple fact is we need to find a point on that's going out. I think it's going to be smartest to go ahead and just drill it from the outside and let that dictate where we put this. Now I'm putting it down this low because we are going to eventually insulate the top of this for the winter, because this unit also has heat pump, so it'll heat this unit all the way down to like 5 degrees or something like this. Pretty efficient little unit. I'll get you the details and we'll put that on the video. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. This is the little drain tube that will take away the water. Here is the remote control. No batteries in this little bag, but batteries. And this is the instructions. Let's see, operator's manual. And this is actually, I think we're just going to get the information to actually install it. I'm almost 100% sure this will run on 20 amps or less, like 15 amps.
We've got our fancy lights on too, so we can see in here.
Yeah, they probably can't see that. Let me get back with you. Let me read this and we'll get back with you. All right, got it figured out. Shows that it will run on a 15 amp circuit. I'm going to put it on 20 amp. Eventually, we've got a circuit panel we're going to put in here. Today, we're just putting a plug in on it. We're going to run it off of a solar generator. And so, yeah, 15 amps. I mean, it's only 9,000 BTU, so that's pretty common, I would say. The wire that it calls for to go inside to the main unit is only 14 gauge. So I'm going to run 12. I'm going to run 12-2 in a steel sleeve, but that's what it requires. Just a 15 amp circuit. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm not going to pull the cover off just yet, but it looks like it's a fairly handsome looking unit. It says Arctic Star right there. You can barely see it. I don't want to take all the covering off until we actually get to that point, because I don't want to scratch it all up. It's going in the shop, but still, why mess it up? That's it right there. This is the, so you run the power to the unit, actually goes to the outside, and then it brings DC power back inside through that black cable. So most of your electrical work is actually done on the outside. Seems very well protected in shipping. The last one I put in was a 3-ton, and all this stuff is really big and heavy and hard to work with. This is fairly easy. I got a trick I'm going to show you how to not bend these and crimp them. So when you are using these, it's very easy to, these copper lines, when you're trying to bend them, it's really easy to crimp them. I got a secret weapon I'm going to show you.
What's he doing?
All right, so trying to figure out where to drill the hole on the outside. I think it's going to be easier to drill the hole to the outside first, and then come inside and.
So you have something as a guideline?
Yeah, I got it. I have to hit this little dip exactly in the right place.
So you're going to put it from right there and not?
No, it's going to go through this wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is solid steel, so this is very heavy. We're not going to drill through. This is a lot thinner, still thick metal, but we got to drill through a lot of metal.
Do you want to climb up there? No, you got those screws out there, so you can go by the screws and see where.
Yeah,
the dip
I'm
is.
just going to go.
Because if not, you're going to have to climb up.
I want
there
to come
and see.
across about 16 or so inches, because if we look at the, let me look at the back. I want to make sure where this thing folds out. It folds out on the right side, so I don't like when they come out and come across. The hose comes out. I don't like when the hose comes across, turns, and goes out like this. I just want the hose to go straight out. So. This is kind of where I want it. So if you hold that right there. All right, so I want from this edge right here, I want my hole to be somewhere in that 3-foot mark. So I got to go find the indention on the outside that's close to the 3-foot mark. Because we can move this left or right, it really doesn't matter. All right, I forgot something. So 3 foot over is, like I said, that's the general where I want this hole to be, roughly 3 foot over. It doesn't have to be exact, but it needs to be 3 foot over. But when we put this insulation in the roof, they want 6 inches down. So from, we gotta kind of figure out how far to come down from that. So we're gonna come down. Let me let go. Somewhere like. Again, this does not have to be rocket science. So somewhere about 18 to 20 inches down from this right here will get us in the right spot. That's what our point of reference is right there. All right, so let's see what we can come up with. All right, so this is this is our starting point, and roughly 3 foot over. So this, the center of this, and then we want it to come down. I said 18 to 20 inches. So we'll put it a hole right here. And this is thick metal. I hope my hole saws will cut it. Now this is like legit steel here. I'm gonna have to come back a little bit so I can put some forward pressure on it.
What happened? You busted it?
No. I thought it broke a hole, or broke the bit off, but it didn't. That's impressive, actually. All right, we were talking about putting oil on here to make it better, but I don't want to put oil on it because when we go to paint this, we'll have to get all that oil off. I got a hole through the inside. So you're supposed to do like a little angle down. So that's what I'm gonna do now is go on the inside in the wood and start raise it up just a little bit to make that cut. So what I'm gonna do is go just a little bit higher, just a tad higher, like one drill bit up. That'll cause the drainage, the hoses to drain the water out. Woo, got a hold to it. This little trim piece is supposed to go here for whatever reason, but because this is, the metal's on the outside and that metal's sharp, I'm going to put this on the outside. I'm just going to put a piece of heavy duty tape around here because you're never going to see this. It's always going to be covered up.
Well, you can put some gooey stuff on this one right there, and then the sharpness won't tear up the...
Let's go outside to see what it looks like. So we'll put spray foam in all around it.
Do we need to spray this before we put that on?
And now when we come back to paint this, we'll just, like, it's going to be sitting on a bracket off of it, and we'll just like cover it with a plastic bag and then paint around it. It'll be okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now, this is the top, and this is very important. This is.
Why don't you do the hole first?
I'm going to.
Okay.
So this is the top, and or this is up, and it's very, very important that you get this put on the wall correctly. And the reason I say that is because you want to make sure that your unit is perfectly level. So if your left side is down a little bit, then it won't drain towards this drain hole and you'll have water dripping the floor. So what I want to do here is just come back. We'll get the stapler and I'll staple it up. So this unit has pleasantly surprised me. This unit comes with a bubble level built into it. It's the first one I've ever seen like that.
Got your hole lined up?
So there's the bubble level.
Right, you got the
Yes, I
hole
do.
lined up? There's the bubble. What?
That's just pretty good. I mean, that's a neat feature. That's level right there. Can I let go? I think that's very handsome. So what I'm going to do is install the wires, and then we'll put the wires and the copper line through the wall right now. I don't think this one does have Wi-Fi. I don't see where there's like a plug-in. Sometimes you can put like a little dongle that you plug in. All right, so what we're going to do, run these wires up like this. Got 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? I don't know if these are marked or not.
So they are marked?
Yep, but they're really small. That's 1. All right, now we're looking for wire number 2. And number 2 is white. And the red is 3. All right. I'm just going to clamp them in place, keep them from being pulled through. You know, this funny thing is, I said this doesn't come with Wi-Fi, and a lot of people are really interested in that. We have Wi-Fi on all the other ones we put in, and I've actually never hooked the app up. It's just why. The main house air conditioner has Wi-Fi, but the sunroom, you know, is standalone. We just keep it at a constant temperature. All right, so what we do now is we have to put this through the wall. Here is what goes through the wall. Okay, you're in kind of a bad place there. These copper lines are very, very easy to bend, so just be careful with them. And like I said, I got a trick that's coming up. I'll show you. It's a little cheap tool you can get off of Amazon that keeps you from bending those lines when we actually go to form them.
Don't you have to put the other one in too?
Yep. Everything's got to go through that hole.
Ooh, what was that? What was that?
Release pressure off of.
Oh. This is not going to work. This hole's not staying.
Let's put this through first.
Can you hold it? It's that foam around it's making it. Alright.
Alright, so I'm just going to click it in place at the bottom. Something I noticed is this has all of the HVAC certifications. Alright, next part is outside.
Lucky mess.
Mucky mess. Let's go look. So the feet are 19 inches apart, center to center. And the hose outlet is on the right side as you're looking at it. So we got to go out here and figure out how we're going to place this. So my hose stuff is on the right side. That means it's going to come down here. And because I have the ability to keep this off the ground, so I'm going to put the unit a little bit higher, which means it's going to stay a lot cleaner. Like when you mow, weed eat, not that we've been able to weed eat because it's freaking rained 20 days in a row, and it's going to be a very short run. We're talking about like here down to the bottom of this unit. So 19 inches. Let's got to figure out where 19 inches is.
I want to make a bigger mark than that.
All right, so this is the mark where the middle of that thing needs to be. Starting to chase the sun. All right, so now we're going to start working. Well, first off, let's show you what we got up to this point. So we got it mounted on the inside. We put this little bracket system you can mount on the outside. This was really easy to put up. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in that bracket. I don't remember, it wasn't nothing like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks or something. But it sure made it nice and easy to put up. Just first impressions of the outside unit. Inside unit, I said, what's handsome. The outside unit is, this is not plastic. It's all metal. I have no reason to believe that this is not going to be as quiet as the one that we've installed before. So let's go ahead and start working on the electric side. The thing I'm worried about getting this little cover back in there is that metal sharp, and I don't want it to sit there. Over time it'll rub and cut this wire, short it out, and then where will we be? So there's your wires, 1, 2, 3, and then the ground. The problem I have right now is this is really long. So I'm just going to cut this and splice new ends on it because first off, one of them's already missing anyway. All right, now we got to do power wires to the interior. And this is going to be a little difficult because I got to put the box in. We don't have power here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and run a 12-2 extension cord on the inside and run to a solar generator, and that solar generator will give us enough power to run this air conditioner, make sure everything works. We still got to vacuum our lines down. Still a little bit left to do, but I'm going to go double check on that wire on the directions. So this unit right here, you could actually put a 110 plug on the end and run this off of a plug-in. As long as it was a dedicated line, so it only requires 15 amps to run. It's got the waterproof rubber grommet. I have to put the thing and tighten it down. It should keep the water out of there. Hope it's the best one I could find. Alright.
You can cut that some more?
I don't cut it off. I don't need it to just go right here. I want a drip loop. So you don't never want to like go tight. You want it to where if water hits this, it'll go down and have to drip off. So you don't want to never have it like come straight across.
Because the water goes inside of it.
I went ahead and bought two. They didn't have a one with a smaller hole. Like would fit. This is for like a I don't know UF wire, but I think I can tighten it up enough that it'll crush around it and make it waterproof. Oh yeah, that's going to tighten up nice. That's good. It come with a like a you can get it with different size hoses. I got it for the I got it with a 10 foot. I think that's the smallest hose you can get because I knew I was only going to need to go like a few feet. I mean, if in a perfect world, you could actually put this up higher and have these lines hooked directly to it without having to. I mean, I could have put it up higher. I kind of like it here so you can actually work with it.
Hello, Snoopy.
I was going to show my cool tool to keep from bending these lines, but this turns out where I don't have to do very many like hard line turns, so I ain't gonna need it.
That's pretty neat. Look how nice and smooth that is. What are you doing now? Make it wider?
No, you get all the burrs out.
First the nut.
Put the nut on first, then
The little do-jiggy thingy.
the do-jiggy thingy. So I put that there to make sure that it's not stuck out too far.
I would think that I would broke it if I heard that pop.
Now that's where it's telling you that it's good enough. It's got enough. It's in far enough.
So it's a good enough tool?
It's good enough, yeah. Good enough. There we go. Now this is something I don't do everything right. I don't do all the current procedures like everybody wants me to do, but I do hold this valve with one wrench while I tighten with the other. Because if you don't, you'll put pressure on that valve and break it off, and then you've had a bad day. That's a 1/4 inch copper line, so you don't have to go crazy on it. If you're really new to this stuff, but after you do it for so many years, you've learned to feel the copper will start crushing, and you can kind of feel the smush. All right, that's good tight. So let me know how you work these cutters is you put it down to a slight bit of pressure. You rotate it all the way around. Put a little bit of pressure, rotate it till it's all the way around. A little pressure, and keep doing that till it breaks off real nice and clean.
That's what
This flare, yeah, we made this flare, and what this flare will do is this is a tapered fitting here, and this is brass, this is copper line, and this is a brass nut. And when this is tapered here on the end, it smushes and actually crushes into a perfect seal. All right, this is how you hook your gauge set up. First off, if your non-used gauges, the hoses will blow them. Make sure that all of your hoses are tight. So otherwise you'll get a vacuum leak there. Take the yellow hose loose. It'll go down to your vacuum pump. This is just an automotive, like the same thing you pull down for automotive. It's got really cheap, this kind of stuff. Like you can buy a whole kit off of Amazon for like $40, $50 that you can vacuum down. Now you will need this adapter This is for like an R32 adapter, and this will go on to your unit here, and then this will hook up to like this used to be R12, what they use R12 with. So you'll just go ahead and adapt this to the unit. You want these decently tight, hand tight, not, you don't need to put a wrench on them. All right, now what we're going to do now is we're going to plug this up, vacuum pump up, and we're going to pull a vacuum on this. I keep everything closed, and then I turn this on. So this is instantly going to pull a vacuum on the inside of these lines. And what I'm listening for is there any, like if I turn this valve on, I vacuum these lines so there's nothing inside them. I'll close that back up. Now, right now we have to vacuum this entire system out. Now you're not vacuuming anything out of this yet because these two valves here are closed. So right now the only thing we're vacuuming out is these lines and all of the interior components of the mini split. So when I turn this on, you'll watch this drop down pretty fast. But we'll let it pull a vacuum for about 30 minutes. And the reason I let it run for so long is as you pull a vacuum, you're also pulling moisture out. All right, it's been running for roughly 30 minutes. That's as good as we're going to get. Now what I recommend you doing is go ahead and turn your valve closed, and that isolates from this valve through this hose to your air conditioner unit. Now you can turn off your pump. And what I recommend also doing is taking a picture, because if you're like me, we're getting older, memory fades, whatnot. And we'll come back, and they say like 15 minutes. Some people do it 15, some people do it for 30. I'll let mine set for an hour. So we'll come back in an hour and check on this and see if the pressure is still in the same place. If it is, we probably don't have a leak. All right, we're back out here. It's been over an hour in extreme hot sun, and we've not dropped any. So another good job. I did come back and tape this up. Now, you guys won't see this. There is a little decorative, speaking's hard for me, like words, big time hard. Anyway, there's a kit that we're going to put over this. You guys won't see that. It don't come in until today, so we'll put it on tomorrow, and then it'll come down to about right here, and then these hoses will come out. But right now we're ready to go ahead.
That one up on top sticking out.
That's just your drain hose. That'll come down.
You might want to tape it down so it's aiming down.
Not yet. We'll wait till we get the kit put in. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put this all back together. But after, I've got to turn these valves on. So the way this unit comes, a lot of people don't understand what happens is this is pre-charged. So it has all of the pressure, it's high pressure of refrigerant, and the oils are already all in this unit. So that's the way it ships. So when we turn these valves open, you have to make sure there's no leaks so that all your refrigerant doesn't leak out. So we've got it. So we're going to open these valves. What that's going to do is let all that pressure come out and fill these lines, and then we can turn some power on and see if it actually works. So we still got a vacuum. It's not moved at all. So I'm going to go ahead and open this line. Well, there we go. And you take this all the way out to it. Feels snug. You don't want to just keep cranking on it because you can break it loose. There's a little stop in there. Do the bottom the same way. Again, turn it all the way out till it's snug. And we're going to remove this. Do that as quick as you can so you don't lose any more than you have to. And now the pressure went back to 0. Always go ahead and put your, I forgot I gotta take the adapter off. Always put your hoses back right. Keep all this stuff protected. But I didn't put the caps back on these valves, and that lets moisture and yuck get in them. And so I'm really disappointed in you guys. I thought you were my friends. I thought you would have yelled out, hey, you didn't put them on. So this is why I'm doing it this way is I'm putting in the air conditioner first. I'm going to run it off a solar generator so that while we're working in here, we can be cool. Because we are getting This is July, and we're a couple of weeks away from August, which is going to be, generally we have 100-degree days. So I'm going to give us a place to actually come inside and work when it's cool. And like we insulate the rest of these walls, it'll be a lot easier to do when it's comfortable inside here. Preventive maintenance, I guess, for preventive heat stroke. That's more really what it's all about. We're going to be plugging this in until we put the box right here. That's our oldest social, or our older solar generator. Makes noises and the fan.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with that?
It's got dirt daubers in it, and well, that's a good sign. The remote come alive anyway. All right, see if the light comes on. Oh, I gotta turn the power on outside.
It came alive, it moved.
Did it move?
Yeah, flat.
All right, it just beeped. I turned it on. All right, 25. Cool. So it is, that is cold. Like really cold, cold, cold. Like I don't have my little gauge where I could take the pressure, but that's cold. You have to hook, let's see, so you have to push the cool and the heat button at the same time to change it to Fahrenheit. Wait, it says push and hold 3 seconds. So let's try that again. Heat, cool, same time. Oh, been on 64. It's rocking. It is rocking right now. I mean, 9,000 BTU. The only thing it does, this remote works a bunch of different ones. This unit doesn't have the swing left and right. It does have the swing up and down, so you can push it and it automatically kind of throws the air up and down. There's a little handle in here if you want to flip it, kind of move the, see that little knob right here, see that little handle? Let me go back the other way.
Maybe we let that run, all the cool outside would be cooling down.
Yeah, we'll come back. I mean, like Antarctic by the time we get, be like
maybe
winter.
Maybe we can cool the outside a little bit.
Yeah. Right here is there's a little,
Yeah.
see that's how you move. This one doesn't have automatic. You can feel the clicks. So, but it still does have the up and down. I think only the bigger models have the left and right. So right now we are set on 70. And I don't think this actually displays the current temperature. You can set this one where it shows the temperature. We'll put a little hanger up right here, and that'll be easy to get to when we need to change anything. I'm excited. Tomorrow we'll get the little cover piece on, and then we'll start installing the electrical box panel in here for this room. We're going to put 50 amps in here, be enough to do some welding, run our compressor, stuff like that. My welder needs 30 amps by itself of 240. I guess we'll just turn this off now. Kind of hate to do it. It's changed. It's kind of like an amusement park when they have those air conditioners blowing in certain places. When you walk by, there's just cool air. That's what it is right now. It makes you want to stand right here. Good job, Tanya.
You're welcome.
Final thoughts. Mounting the outside box on the wall does cause vibration. Yeah, it does cause vibration. I can hear it. Nothing that's going to bother me. Nothing compared to the air compressor running. So nothing like that. But the actual unit itself is really, really quiet. It's just the vibration of the wall. Yeah, I hear that more. I hear that more than anything. All right. I'll be to Zen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss. God bless.